They enjoy their football like there's no tomorrow because at one point there wasn't one. Sydney United have the zest for life that comes from a club's near-death experience. Tomorrow, they hope to cap this resurrection with a first-ever title.
Even with the remarkable season that we've had, I still don't think anybody thinks that we'll win it. We certainly won't be favourites. So we'll go in as underdogs again, and we're quite comfortable with that.
Into the middle, there's been a slip. Chance here for Steve Berry, and it's gone in. Steve Berry has extended the lead. Maybe it's enough to put Sydney United into the grand final.
Victory over Perth Glory last weekend earned the Pumas their appointment with South Melbourne tomorrow. United is in its 41st year, losing 2 previous grand finals, most recently in 1997. If there's a tag of underachievement, they won't wear it.
To me, I don't really look at that. I mean, I'm just focusing on the game, and I think the team they had 2 years ago that was in the final is vastly different to the one we have now in personnel and you know, players. It's completely different.
Robbie Hooker involved in the one-touch there with Mitchell. Look at him run, David Mitchell. That is a class goal.
When softly-spoken David Mitchell took over the captain-coach's job at United last year, it was without 11 of the club's grand final squad of the previous year. Fan behaviour at that match ran the club headlong into Soccer Australia chairman David Hill's vision for a de-ethnicised game.
There's no place for what we saw at Parramatta Stadium that night in today's Australian society. Full stop. And soccer should not have a bar of it.
Among other measures, a forced move away from its traditional home ground alienated United's sponsors and fans.
Australian Soccer Federation's got to understand that Sydney United is Croatian background. You can never get rid of heritage. So you've got to always leave that heritage in there. You can't just get rid of it overnight.
As they push forward again, and it's Emerson!
Running on no money and lots of spirit, David Mitchell steered his team to 4th in last year's Ericsson Cup. Finally, in January this year, an administrator took over the Pumas' finances, and they received their first paychecks in months.
What do you say when a player comes up to you and says, "Coach, when are we going to be paid?"
Well, I was in the same boat too, so you know, it was very difficult. But we had a few meetings, the players together, when the administrator came in, and we spoke to each other. And I said to them that the reason if we stick together here, and we've got a good thing going on amongst ourselves, that if we can progress like we are, at that stage it was a week-to-week proposition, if the club would survive or not. But the longer it went on and we were more successful, then you know the more chance it was the players would get paid and the club would survive.
Finishing his career in Malaysia after 13 successful years in Europe, David Mitchell is the classic homegrown product made good. Ibrox Park, Feyenoord Rotterdam and Chelsea. He's frequented some of the best addresses in the game.
Good ball up, Villa. Well done, well done. Unlucky.
But Adenza Park in Sydney's west has been a different test. To his players, David has been more than just a captain-coach.
In some cases, it had nothing to do with football, and he's come to the aid of people. No matter what it is, footballing or not, he's prepared to help you out. And I just think that speaks volumes for the guy, and he's just an A-class person. And a very good football coach, but he's brought together a good bunch of players as well.
Here's Sturjovski, too quick for Sicardi, still going Sturjovski, and he's done it!
Mitchell's miracle with Sydney United, not to mention the pedigree of his career, will no doubt spark interest at Soccer Australia, now searching globally for a coach.
Would you like to coach the Socceroos?
Yeah, it'd be a great honour if I know they're looking all over the world. They're looking at Roy Hodgson very closely, and I've heard a lot of press speculation saying that if Roy isn't appointed, then I'm one of the favourites locally based. And if that's the case, and they do approach me, I'd be honoured to take the job. Yeah.
Injury has kept Mitchell off the paddock since February. Maybe it's an omen, and by tomorrow night, his transition to coach will be complete.
To win the grand final would be icing on the cake, really, and we'll be given as good as we get, and it'll be a very close game. and hopefully we can bring the bacon home, as they say. But to me personally, what it means as a coach, it's be terrific, and no one can ever say that you haven't achieved anything, and you've brought home the grand final for the club that have never won it before.
Tim Sheridan reporting, and of course we wish Sydney United and David Mitchell all the best for tomorrow.